we have Kwabena Poku, who is a director of Media Pop, and Nana is also an entertainment critic. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, before we even get started, I mean, last year there was a lot, we lost some people. There was the pedophilia rape case with Deba, so many things, ups and downs. What Chris Brown too, first of you, what do you think was the biggest entertainment story?
Obviously Chris Brown, because of his pedigree internationally, Chris is one of those bad boys who never ceases to amaze you, Just when you think, oh, enough, he's changed, then he comes up with something, sillier than the previous one. I think it even became more prominent because of his issue with Rihanna, when he even went further to serve, I think, about 6 weeks public community service. So just after that, he came in here and did his thing.
And that thing, if for viewers that don't know what that thing was, is?
Allegedly, he announced that he was going to smoke something on the stage, and that thing allegedly was marijuana. And he went further to say, anybody who stops you from smoking marijuana, F the person. I think viewers know what the F means. Now, a lot of people didn't take that kindly, especially because at the venue there were children there. But some people were saying, but the program is supposed to be an 18 and above program, and what were children doing there? I also perhaps will beg to differ because it was also being recorded and people were going to show it later on. They might beep a few things, but it doesn't take away the substance of what he was saying, Apparently, he was also doing that to perform a particular song, which I think he has, talking about good versus evil. So if you listen to the import of what he was actually trying to do, you realize he wasn't so much at fault, because at the end of the day, it was good overcoming evil, but just the process in which he actually took to arrive to that place, that's what got people a bit, upset. My personal opinion also was, he's an adult. Whatever he decides to do to his body, that's his business. If he decides to turn his body into a chimney and smoke it, well, that's his problem. But I had an issue with the day on which, or the date on which the event was held. That was on the 5th of March. And that particular day, being a Pan-Africanist, I think is one of the most important days of our calendar. That was when the Big Sis finally, led by Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, announced that the battle is over. So that day should be revered. Like certain people take Mecca seriously, certain people also take Christianity so seriously. Certain days should be marked and reserved. So I thought, even though RLG, who were the title sponsors of the show, have their money, they decide who they bring in, etc., etc., I thought perhaps event organizers could have gone a bit further, and then maybe not have done that thing on that particular day. Eventually, what happened? We didn't talk about our independence, where we've come so far, where we have reached, what problems we have, and then up until 53 or so years, we still have electricity problems, my house, no water. We should have been talking about those issues instead of talking about a certain stupid boy called Chris Brown who has made so much money, doesn't know what the hell to do with his money, and comes to teach our children how to smoke pot. I could teach that for free.
Hey.
How about you? What was your highlight for 2013?
The highlight for my 2013 was Sami and Shatawali.
I wonder why.
That was my highlight from VGMA when he released the song against the event organizers. And as much
was it a song? I thought it was a Twitter rant.
It was, call it that. And I think in a way they've been able to maintain that thing into 2014. I like the way Samini has handled the whole situation. I don't like Shatawali, and I've said it throughout the whole year that I'm not a fan of Shatawali, but he's been able to maintain some sort of thing with his fans.
The media certainly talks about him.
Exactly, with his fans as well. But personally, he was a big story, and it's still in 2013, and you're just waiting for the next VGMA because he's going to be another big story.
You think he'll be nominated?
Yes, I think. And
he will be nominated. As to winning, I don't know.
I think he'll win.
Sure.
I think
he says he doesn't want anything to do with it.
He will run on the stage and cry and say, I want to tuck my thighs.
You predicted it. I can tell you that's what's going to happen. I'm serious. I think that's what's going to happen. But let's look at the substance a little. Does he deserve to win? Yes, he does. Does he deserve to be nominated?
He does deserve to win. But morally, is he good?
Okay, so There's
People have their choice.
moral versus
People have their choice.
you know, substance here.
Substance wins.
Substance
Yeah, because
wins.
it's not about him and his
Exactly.
feelings. No.
Yeah.
There's a board, there's a committee. They have a criteria to choose the year in review. Who did what at what time? What was the popularity of the song? What was sales like? How much income did he have? What was his Twitter presence? Social media presence? All those things goes into making people decide and choose who they think deserves to be nominated for an award. Remember, even if you're nominated, you're already a winner.
Yeah.
However, this guy goes beyond
Those
that.
things are set, to console people who don't want the
Indeed, I agree with you 100%.
Would you say 2013 was good,
Oh, we'll
really,
come to that.
for the entertainment industry?
Akon. We have Akon on the stage there at the Guinness eruption. He came out in a ball.
That one too, the organization, I don't know, I wasn't there, but I hear security was terrible.
It was indeed.
And I think the
But they said
event
it's one of the
organizers
best concerts.
we don't care if it was the best concert. Safety. You remember what Benny went through? Benny had to jump into a pickup,
That's true.
a truck somewhere.
No, but
You know,
Benny has a problem. He's claustrophobic, by the way. So he should have been in the first place. Benny is a different story. Let's not.
Yeah, but were you there? What did you do?
I was with Benny though.
Oh, you guys
I was
were
with
together.
Benny, Swift, Francis Doku, and a couple of people. I even got another job there. You know, I love my job so much. You know what job I got? I was supposed to be at the VVIP, but guess what? Francis and I decided, no, the fun is at the other side. VVIP people are boring. You know that. So we're standing just at the place the thing had been cordoned, and then I was standing behind just so I could, make jump over the thing to go into the VIP. Then I said, okay, there are ladies who are also holding VVIP passes, and they had to jump over, and they wouldn't jump. And they see a very strong man. What would they probably do? Maybe for a kiss, they may let me lift them. And guess what? Francis Doku is my witness. I got 6 jobs actually.
Interesting.
Yes,
but
on the
security was bad.
Yeah.
It was. Oh, sorry, bro.
No, security. I think in a way to some of the artists made the security matters worse, because until Akon asked that people should be released, it was being controlled well. But when they were released, it was difficult to pull them back. Some were saying that he allowed the fans to come because of the big balloon.
Exactly.
Because they needed that.
Exactly. But from there, it became
chaos.
Terrible and chaos.
Okay, I used to work at a concert hall back in the UK when I was a teen, younger person. And when they have those concerts, rock and roll
You're
concerts.
still a younger person. What do you mean when you're younger?
I'm getting on a bit. But when they have very rowdy concerts, more than even Ghana, what they would have is, because they know they want the audience close to the stage, they would have security personnel lined up in front, so that in case of, even if somebody even faints, they collect them. So I don't think there was anything wrong with the fact that Akon wanted the fans closer. It makes the concert better. However, there should have been security present, and should be present all time, because most important thing should be crowd safety. Do you think the event organizers take it seriously enough?
Absolutely wrong. They made a big mistake. Both event house and then the artist himself, because you're supposed to provide a technical rider, the things you need. So you have to tell them, I'm bringing a balloon. Part of my act is, even though it's going to be a surprise, I need to roll myself onto the other side. I'll need people here. They could have provided experts to do that, and then just push the balloon, because the balloon is not that heavy. So you didn't tell them this. Event organizers thought it was just another concert where they would just provide a few untrained crowd control staff who absolutely were useless. So what they could have done was done this thing like you're saying, or extended the stage a bit further into the people, so that particular place, he can just have access to the place. But hell broke loose, like he said, when he asked the people to touch the
Now, my problem really with events in this country is the time they start. They tell you 8 o'clock, and you sit down for hours.
3-4 hours.
O'clock, 11:30. And I'm talking about the RTP Awards. I'm talking about the Foresight TV, and then the recent one, the Ghana Movie Awards. I mean, if people invest their money in tickets and they come to sit down, and then for some reason you don't put the show together on time, they have every reason to complain.
Exactly, they do. The thing is, we had some discussion with some of the event houses just last year, at the end of the year. And one of the things that we told them about is that, look, if you're having an event, you see the event starting at 8. Gates open at 7. Now that's enough. Gates open at 7, event starts at 8. Now,
You
if
do a
I
red carpet, throw in Benny Blanco.
exactly, you throw in you throw in the confidence, and, you know. Now, the thing is, if people get there, right? Let's say you get there, and the event doesn't start at 8. One thing you could do, you can actually sue.
Of course.
That's one, right? Now, some of the excuses that the event organizers give is that the artist is still at the hotel, they are not in there, blah blah blah. What we told them was that look, if you go outside, they put it in the contract that if you're not there at this time, money is taken out of your fees. If we start implementing these things, it will change. Until that is done. And some of the excuses they were also giving was that logistics were not coming in, some of the vendors were delaying certain things, and I'm like, okay, if we have other vendors who can provide these things, the vendor is not there, let's say on the day of the event, by 2 p.m. he's not there, it's part of his contract, dude, we cut you out.
Exactly.
We bring in somebody different. Until we begin to do these things, we will still be delaying. Because let me tell you, there was an event, I think at the Accra Sports Stadium, the Sonny Badu concert.
Yeah.
Do you know, I actually stayed home, watched, the Channel O Music Awards, finished that event, got to the stadium, the show started.
And the gospel concert, what's the excuse for a gospel concert to start late? Because praising the Lord should be like, boom.
It's a bigger issue than we are discussing. It's about the Ghanaian culture and attitude.
Yeah, but
to time. Try going for. You see, that's why people criticize me when I go early for whatever. I'm quite disciplined.
I'm very punctual.
Yeah.
But the thing is
I know she's.
You find your likes as well. You find people who are on time, but because the conference center or the National Theatre is not filled to capacity yet, the event organizers think that you should wait.
Exactly.
Yeah. And disrespectful.
It's like a chicken and egg situation. Which came first? Because the people themselves are not willing to go to the venue early. They'll call their friends. Oh, have they started?
But remember, that's
even
why.
the artists
But remember when Rick Ross came to remember Rick Ross?
Should I wait?
Remember Rick Ross? Rick Ross told Ghanaians, because the guy was off stage when people were still showering to come to the event, and you wanted to see
that.
Rick Ross. I said I called him Chris Rock. Rick Ross. So maybe we need to have more Rick Ross situations in town.
Rick Ross's situation was a bit different because he had a flight to catch.
Okay, his event starts on time.
It's 8. Whether the people in there are 2, he will go on. If you get there 9, you miss the show.
And they turn up on time because they know
Uncle Edo is going to start that early.
Okay, now here's one excuse I heard. I remember attacking one of the event organizers, and the excuse was that we have limited venues.
Sure.
So, for instance,
we discussed that.
Indeed, we do have limited venues. So, for instance, if you're going to use a conference center, there's a likelihood that another company used the conference center, so they need to pack out. So you come in and do. Okay, so that also affects
lots of factors.
It affects the time as well.
It does.
So you would reckon that we will be doing this event annually. Why can't they do it themselves? Why can't they invest? Why are they expecting government to put up a huge building for conferences, for events, for music concerts, when indeed we have schools to build?
Of course.
No. You see, the thing is, so if you have a conversation with some of these event organizers, they'll also tell you that, look, as much as we're getting sponsors for these events, some sponsors will come in and say, okay, I'm sponsoring this event, but the money I'll give you probably in the second quarter. So by which time he has to pre-finance that particular event. He gets the money coming in, he uses that money to pay bills, to sort out so many things. So the thing is that there's no delay, and the thing is that when they go to the banks don't even believe in even a Ghanaian startup. They don't even, let alone believe in entertainment and say, we're giving you
concept people, that's
money,
what they call
build a venue. But then again, you see, the Dome. I think the Dome was charging about 12,000 US dollars per event.
Yeah.
You see, but still, the banks did not believe in that viability of that particular.
Well, the Dome was not built for concerts.
It was built for conferences, a conference.
Yes.
You understand? So, if they will see that vision and say, okay, Charterhouse is a very credible event house, let's give them X amount of money, partner them, and do this thing. But
they're not doing
it.
All right, guys. Let's
sometimes it is so hard to blame the event houses.
Okay. Let's move on because of time. A very serious thing which happened, of course, was a hip life musician Deba getting arrested for raping his 8-year-old stepdaughter.
Yeah.
There were other arrests, but I want to focus on that. Nana, what's your view on that?
Well, if a nurse sits on your case, you're in trouble, and all he had to do was just dress as a woman, which I thought drag queen wasn't in Ghana so much, but he finally pulled that off, and I trust him to do anything. I wonder what he's going to do next. And then we had the story. It was quite sad, being a lover of children.
And shocking.
And I think your discussion you had before we came in, I think 2 discussions ago, was about child safety, and looking at some grown man like Deba, that's allegedly, assuming it's true, taking his tool, like the guy was shaking the thing, and then the cocktail, and then sticking it into a 6-year-old. I think that's a disaster.
8?
The girl was 6 by then.
At the time. Oh my God, wow.
And him doing that, I don't know why. I don't know the psychology, because personally, I think before they even take the law courts, they should maybe take him to the psychiatry, to check him out.
He needs help.
It's not normal. What is it about a little girl that will turn you on? And let's not kid ourselves. These things are happening.
Of course.
It's just because it's Deba, that's how come it came out, But otherwise, it's really happening. What happened to Vaseline? Deba?
On that
Is that a song?
No, you didn't get it.
Oh, no.
I think
You didn't get it.
I apologize.
I don't even know what to say. Now I'm confused. Caught me off guard.
I know. I wasn't even expecting that.
It's okay, she's getting it.
Now you got it.
That's a Pentium 3.
I know. You're so slow.
Man.
See a doctor.
Okay.
You're so slow, Amma.
Please.
Let's get on
Deba. Yeah.
But I think if it is true, now it's alleged, until proven guilty. But the thing is that Anas gives us about 80% truth in this whole thing, and I think the guy just needs help.
Yeah.
He needs a lot. Jail is not going to solve the issue. He needs
help.
Do you know what I realized?
help.
This case was a case where the complaint was lodged in the UK,
Yeah.
and they sent Interpol to come and collect him.
It's
Now,
a serious issue.
it's a serious issue, but can you imagine how many men have, if this case happened in Ghana, do you think the Ghana police would have gone
But
to
the police,
yes,
the Ghana
but the
police
Ghana police
arrest
arrested
a lot
him.
of men who defile
It's true.
children.
No, but abroad. I mean, if
The
the person
Dove
runs
City-
They would have
Custody
worked.
part-
There's
they
a
would have worked still
collaboration.
with
There's a
Interpol,
yeah.
We have a good collaboration with
No,
Interpol,
I feel-
so
no,
it would have worked.
That's the point I wanted to know. If the Ghana police
No,
have
they
been
would have.
Oh,
passionate.
sure.
They would have.
Okay.
They
Sure.
would have.
Freeman was here.
Yeah.
He told
Yes,
you
yeah.
guys they don't mess
They-
with these
they
things.
would have.
Because a lot of things go, especially sexual issues. So I'm happy you guys had the discussion earlier on, and I think you did that, because a lot of things go on, and in our culture sometimes it seems normal.
Yeah.
Like South Africa. Excuse me, Mr. President of South Africa. What did he say? He had sex with the lady.
And he took a shower.
He took a shower. I mean, how lame can Mr. President be?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, and he has a PhD. So you can imagine people who don't have PhDs
Their
who
mentality.
can be very stupid. I
Okay.
mean,
That's very true.
It's crazy.
Okay.
Deborah's issue.
Let's look at our
you took a
artists.
shower to wash it.
Yeah.
He said
but
that?
Yeah, he did. He said that in court.
I read it, but I didn't believe
No,
he
he
said
did.
that.
I
He
heard
did.
him. I
He
heard
did.
him. I watched it on the BBC. Yeah, he said it. But it's very normal. I mean, I have a friend who also patronizes women who have HIV
Without protection.
Without protection.
And
He
he
says that he
claims-
chews paracetamol with ice block.
What?
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's normal in that
Can you
part of
believe in
our
what you're
world.
hearing?
Yeah. Okay, but which artist would you say impressed you most? I'm going for Sarkodie.
I'm going for Samini.
You're going for
Samini.
Samini.
I'm going for Samini.
Why Samini?
Why Samini? Because Samini.
I mean, on the international
on the
stage.
international stage, consistency,
Okay.
live performance, live band. I've never seen Samini done anything with recorded beats.
That's,
That's
true.
true.
He doesn't mind. It's
Like-
a crime in China to mind.
It should be a crime in Ghana.
It should be a crime in Ghana.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a rip
You're getting paid to
It's a
perform and
rip-off.
sing.
Exactly.
I might as well buy my CD.
Thank you.
And pop it in.
I worked on 3 Samini shows this year from the Malta Guinness. Remember the first
I
one,
remember.
B Square?
I remember.
Right. Samini rocked the stage. Came to Black and White concert, rocked the stage. Big Eruption. He never disappointed us
That's
throughout the
true.
year.
That is very true. I totally agree
Throughout
with
the
you.
whole year.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes. Sadly, I'll have to give it to Shatawale. I say
Sadly.
sadly
Why
because
sadly?
I wasn't so much of his fan, but I saw some maturity in him, and I think we were discussing this
we're
back
discussing that
on
one.
stage. For
Maturity in his music or his
his
persona.
attitude, his
Okay.
persona. Thank you for the word. Because he reminds me so much of Mike Tyson and Wayne Rooney. Yes, Mike Tyson advised
Rooney's a
Wayne
changed
Rooney.
man.
Yes,
Okay.
and guess who changed him? Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Okay.
He called him and said, "Hey, listen, I've been there. Whatever you do, Rooney was really rowdy."
Yeah, very
And he
rowdy.
said, "Look,
I remember Rooney was a boxer.
Oh, Rooney boxed?
I mean, not professionally, but
But
it
yeah,
makes
as in
sense.
like, more like Suarez.
makes sense.
Professional biter.
Suarez is a biter.
Professional biter. So, biter.
Right.
Yeah, so Shatta Wale, I think, first of all, apologizing to Kaki was a big deal for me, especially since I'm dreadlocked. No, former dreadlocked. I really respect women. I think women are called empresses in the Rasta world. So for somebody to insult a
really
woman
disrespected
was terrible.
Really disrespected her.
But for him to come back and apologize, he won my heart. Secondly, he apologized to Charterhouse recently on stage.
Was it
People were
last
like,
week?
it's a gimmick for an award.
Because the
I still
announcements
stand
are
by
coming.
that one.
He doesn't
announcements
need
are
the
coming.
award.
I know.
He doesn't
doesn't need
need
it.
He doesn't need it, but his career
know.
began before.
Exactly.
From them. If I say began, like
I know.
in Ghana,
He doesn't need the award.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
the timing won.
Timing,
Yeah,
yeah.
he could have apologized.
I
when
don't
he
even know
apologized.
he
No,
like
the
that.
timing
Because
is
we
in
don't know
April.
the Charterhouse.
Yeah,
week.
Ghana Rocks.
No, it's
on
last
stage.
week.
Ah.
No, your point is he
Last
should have
week.
waited till when.
No,
Should have
no.
done it when he apologized
Earlier.
to Kaki.
When he apologized to Kaki.
No,
Earlier.
no, he's an artist.
Oh.
He has to
See,
sell.
then you just
it's
said
called
he's an
show
artist.
business.
My
Show
point.
business
Marketing.
is
Show business.
10% show,
Show-
90%
He just said
business.
show
He
business, right?
just
Yeah.
did the
When is
calculation.
Ghana Music Awards?
Ah,
Now we're talking, is it
in
April?
There you go.
Right?
Is April?
Announced
Oh,
already.
no.
And which big stage will he get before Ghana Music Awards to
Listen, he
apologize?
could have just released a
At Charterhouse
statement.
big stage. No.
No.
Strategy.
No, bro,
Strategy.
please, just a minute.
Strategy.
With all
Okay,
due
let Nana
respect. You know,
finish.
I
Let
thank
Nana
you
finish.
very much
Let
for
Nana
protecting me.
finish.
I feel very intimidated.
Who,
You know,
who
No.
on earth can intimidate?
all of you guys,
Oh,
two
no.
beautiful lady and my big bro. Come on
really?
now.
Okay, let's hear
What
it.
else can Nana ask for?
Let's hear it.
Intimidation to the highest order. Me not take this now.
Yes, right, yes.
I am a buffalo soldier. Yeah. So, okay, I respect the guy now because of his actions outside of the ring. Let me say outside of the ring because his job is the music thing, you know. He could have just been arrogant about it. Come the nominations, awards, whatever, he will not win. He could still go ahead and do the same nonsense again. He has nothing to lose. He has
But
nothing
will
to
win.
lose.
He will win, and he will.
I
be
agree with
nominated.
you because let's be honest. Sarkodie's own show, even though he was your man, he was my man too. I think after Shatta, Sarkodie is my man. Then Samini, Sarkodie couldn't feel his psychology thing. There were people outside the stadium, and this is a fact. People outside of the stadium ready to buy tickets because they had heard rumors that Shatta was going to perform.
Oh wow.
So they were holding on to the tickets. Some maybe came in, others were still holding on. And when they realized the guy wasn't coming, they turned and left. And the crowd that was inside, we had almost half the same crowd outside
Oh wow.
because of the same Shatta guy. So when it comes to performance and delivery, his music.
It's his moment now.
Thank you.
Does he have
like never
longevity?
fight City Hall? You can't win.
Does he have longevity?
That's a different story.
Yeah, well,
Let's find out. I mean, there's a gentleman called you were in his video. What's his name?
Oh, deep crime.
Why?
Deep crime, Dr. Crime.
Deep crime.
Yeah, but you see the difference
Deep
between
crime.
Deep Crime and someone like Shatta is Shatta has 2,000 songs. And I said this on my
What?
Kokreku
He
show.
has
Oh, no,
2,000
yeah, just a minute.
I know-
Oh, hold
I
on
know
a second.
2 songs.
Thank you very
know
much.
one.
The one
I'll
we
explain
played.
why I'm saying this.
Why?
I was on Okreku Mante's show, Anansi Chrome. I said this, Okreku attacked me with Sami Flex that, no, that can't be, including Bandex. They all hit me hard. I didn't say anything. So I went back to Bulldog and I said, Bulldog, listen, I heard your boy say this on E-Talk, Amanda's show. I went to say this on Facts at Amanda GC's show. I heard this. I went to say this on Okreku's show. And they said I was lying. And Bulldog was like, no, I can even prove it to you. It's over 2,000 songs. I was like, really? But how does he do it? Let me explain.
He's been recording for 10 years.
Thank you for 10 years. And this
10
guy
years.
always has a backpack at his back. And let's reward him for the hard work. Forget about his persona,
yeah.
but for the hard work, let's give it to him. He has a backpack at his back with a laptop and a recorder, a professional recorder. So anytime he's alone by himself, guess what? He's writing songs. And I hear in a day sometimes he can write about 3 songs.
So for 10 years,
2,000
we
of
just
them.
haven't heard most of them yet.
So such a person, longevity, yes, he
If
can.
he can have hits.
Because D-Cram, you can just check how many does he have in his repertoire. Maybe 5, 10,
They need
15.
to be told.
That's all.
I
You know?
remember one. But he's releasing a song with Chase.
That's cool.
Okay.
So for this kid,
We're
I
waiting.
think he will go further. And let's not bring our idiosyncrasies into this thing. If he's good, let's support him.
Of course,
He's
yes.
good.
I mean, this
Very
is his
good.
moment.
He's good.
He's good for Ghana.
Sandra is his number one fan. Sandra, yes. He's his number one fan.
Okay, how about a night of 1,070 likes? I didn't even know that happened.
It just happened last. Where were you last week?
I mean, if it's not
She
football,
was
I'm not
under
really
the
for the.
No, they didn't
No,
have
I
any
mean,
Ghanaian. They
I
came
guess
on the
it
show.
has to be
They came
soccer.
on the show to
Else
promote
I
it.
But
But they didn't have any Ghanaian comedians.
I love
But
my
listen,
soccer.
See you in your
how many comedians
tennis
do we have
shoes
now?
and all, and then you just
How many what?
Okay, you made a
Comedians,
good.
Ghanaian comedians.
Funny
good
Face,
question.
DKB, David
Oscar.
Oscar,
A plus. A plus is a funny guy.
A
I don't know who he
plus,
is.
Oh, you don't know A plus?
No,
A
yes.
plus, and
Oscar.
KSM.
KSM is
KSM was
a
a
satirist.
satirist,
He's a
yeah.
satirist, yeah.
Okay, so there are some who.
But there's a lot that
Underground.
we may not know. I think there's a lot
Exactly.
that haven't got the exposure. yet.
Exactly, and I know.
I think that's where
for
your
once-
substance
for
of your
once,
issue
for
is
once,
coming from.
I know GH1 is doing some sort of
Comedy
It didn't
show.
work.
Oh.
It didn't work. They had to
Oh,
abort
They
it.
had to abort the whole
Oh,
thing.
they couldn't get
Exactly.
people
They
coming.
But the thing is, you said we had Funny Face, we had all those comedians. The
Mention
thing
like
is,
five, why
how
not?
many of them can sustain a crowd for, let's say,
question.
30 minutes to an hour?
Good question.
I think they can.
I've
I
watched
watched DKB,
almost all of them.
DKB did when we went to the hotel in airport.
Yeah, oh, yeah, Best Western.
Best Western. He did it. And I
But we're
enjoyed
talking the
it.
biggest stage, though.
The bigger stage. And the thing is, I've listened
Where
to
it's
some of
not
them
your
on the
crowd.
bigger stage, right? And at some point, they keep repeating
Legend.
Their jokes.
their jokes.
Well, the
and things like that.
Nigerians do it, but if they go to from state to
But the
state,
thing
it's
is,
hard to
this
catch
is-
them.
This is the thing with the Nigerians. You bring them to town, right from the airport, they begin to pick stuff,
Yeah, material.
material, right from the airport. So they come on stage, and like half the comedy is directed at us
true.
and what they saw on the streets, what's going on, things like that. Their hotel, the way they were treated.
Maybe if we go
That's
to
what we don't
Nigeria, we
have.
can
We
also
will do the
We'll
same.
We'll pick
I
up
agree.
stuff.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah, we may.
But
So
we
you
don't
think
get
it
the
was
chance.
okay that this 2017 had no?
No, it's not.
No,
okay.
let me tell you
But
something.
overall,
Let me
the
tell you
whole,
something.
how many
Let me tell you-
Ghanaian comedians have they had over the
Yeah,
whole thousand and something? There's usually one.
just like he was making
Yeah.
analysis about Shatawali, that people actually go to shows because of Shatawali and things like that. Trust me, a lot of Ghanaians go to Night of 1,000 Laughs because of the Nigerian comedy.
Okay.
We have an insatiable taste for
For
that.
Nigerian comedy.
All right, Amelia Broby,
Oh, no,
shoplifting.
I didn't know.
No, yeah.
I'm sorry, my bad. I cut you. My bad. Sorry, sweetie.
Nana, behave.
Oh, darling. Oh, darling.
Okay, so I was at the show, and I think it was one of the most successful shows this year.
Okay, the 2017.
Yes, it started on time. It was on
Nice.
point.
Woo.
MCs were great. Delivery excellent. Seating arrangements was brilliant. Parking spaces excellent. Security massive. I think Charterhouse have this as their flagship. And this is, I think, what really makes them, because I hear VGMAs, they don't make money. It's just for the prestige. But this actually makes them a lot of money. And with
It's
this,
a smaller crowd though to control. It's not a,
the
when they
thousands.
do,
They-
yeah.
they always
It's a
sell out.
They always sell out.
and it's a seated, and it's a more classy. It's not like people who are rowdy audience because you're paying.
No,
Because-
anybody,
because
they
of
just
the
sell
amount.
tickets, so everybody
Yeah,
goes.
anybody who can
It doesn't
afford the
okay if you can
tickets.
afford, you
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Yeah,
And there
so
was
that's a plus for
Charterhouse.
Charterhouse, you know.
Yeah.
And there was this, was it a revelation? No, it wasn't, because he's been here before. Akbos.
Yeah.
Akbor.
Who?
He's a Nigerian comedian.
Akbos, you never heard of him. He's on social media and all. People talk about him.
I
a
thought
lot.
I thought he was a myth.
No, he's real.
Okay, I
He's
thought
real.
they always say, they'll send you like silly
Things
things,
that
on
he
your
said.
phone, but
Yeah.
I actually honestly thought it was a made
He's
up person.
funny as hell. I
Okay.
mean,
So
that
he
guy.
was there?
Yes, he was. And you see, I think our people should learn from such a guy.
Well, that case has been. Let her rest. She had a difficult year. But the music video awards. I mean,
VGMA.
No, that's not VGMA.
that's
Stop
the GMA.
confusing me.
the Ghana,
The Foresight
Foresight,
Music
okay, call
Video
it Foresight
Awards.
Awards, okay.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's important that we award musicians who put good videos together.
Exactly.
And I thought the overall winner, that was Sarkodie.
Sarkodie, yeah.
So I'm sorry, but my bias for Sarkodie is real. And it gets real.
Is he aware?
That's the word.
Oh, he
knows.
knows. Oh, he knows.
Totally knows. What did you make of that?
I think 2013 we had some of the best music videos coming out of most of our artists, and I've seen some preview of some videos coming out in 2014.
They're
and I'm
stepping up.
like,
They're
they
stepping up.
stepped up the game and things like we can match the MTVs and the likes. That for
I agree
sure.
with
So
you.
I agree. Sarkodie's videos 2013 were on point. I totally agree. Totally agree.
Overall, winner Sarkodie, I think yes, but I also had a little issue, because it goes to set a trend that if you shoot your thing outside, then it gets recognition because it was shot in Dubai. I have nothing against that. It's your money. You decide to do whatever thing you want to do with your money. A $90,000 budget, allegedly. But I also think we have great locations here, and sometimes
But he shot some videos in Ghana.
Yes, but the one that won
was the one he
the
shot
one in
abroad.
contention now is the
Shot
one
in
he
Dubai.
shot there. We should try and encourage our own. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
He's
We
an
should try.
Africanist.
We should try and encourage our own. The show itself had
that's
some
not
issues.
fair. There's only been like
Some
a couple
issues.
of videos that were shot outside. The majority of the videos that got nominated were all from Ghana.
Yeah, but since it's the overall and it's the camping,
So you think he won
about-
the award because it was shot in Dubai? I think
Sure,
it's
it's
the
part
quality of the
it.
video.
Yes, part of
Yeah,
it. It's
part of it. The quality of the
because
video.
The quality of the video. Of course, the money they're even quoting, I think, is more than that. Because 90 grand for that, no. The desert safaris and things, the
plane
chopper.
tickets,
I mean,
the
come on.
hotels
It's
and all
more
that.
than
It's
90.
more than
They're
that.
just being modest about it. But you saw even what Becca Dems did about
In
the
Japan,
other one.
right?
And no, in South Africa. Becca.
She shot a video in Japan too.
Oh, she's okay, but not that one. I'm talking about the one in
Oh,
South Africa.
the one in
Where
South
they said it was
Africa.
50,000, which I thought 50,000 for that. No, in South Africa there should be more than that, because you can't juxtapose the two and think this one is cool. No, apples and oranges for me.
Okay.
The show itself, though, wasn't that great. The foresight was a bit disorganized. It was like a high school records night.
Oh my
Exactly,
God.
because the
Running
MCs come
up
on
and
stage
down.
and
That's
you're
not-
like,
that's not
everybody's
very
running around.
fair.
It wasn't really.
What am I supposed to do here?
To criticize.
There you
That's
go.
what I'm doing. Do I tell you how to read the news, love?
Ah, gosh.
So you're okay. You are.
But high school awards, that's not below the belt.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I'm supposed to
projections
hit.
for 2014.
Oh, it hits.
Projections
Did you
for
see the RTP?
2014.
Oh, she didn't. Should we talk about
I
RTP?
did. The RTP.
Okay.
So what would you call
horrendous.
Was that a high school award or below high school?
I think that was preparatory school.
There you go.
See, so you see, you're joining the squad.
It's like way below the belt.
Okay, before we run out of time, projections for 2014 in entertainment.
I'm seeing.
Apart from Shatta Wale winning awards at Ghana Movie Awards, Music Awards. That's from me.
Okay, this very clear. I know VGMA is going to be very big. I see Miss Ghana organize this, stepping up the game because of the achievements of now
Oh, yes.
Kylie
Kylie
Shooter.
Shooter.
And even the one going to Miss World 2014.
Yeah.
I see her. I mean, taking
It's
this a
a
step
lot of
further.
pressure on her.
Exactly, it's a lot. I mean, I don't want to be in her shoes, right?
Sure.
That's a whole lot of pressure.
Yeah.
That's true.
I see a lot of event organizers.
She might just speak it
Stepping
out.
up.
Event organizers
Stepping
stepping up
up.
their game and taking some of these advices. And I know there are a lot of good artists coming to town.
Sure.
Most of these new artists are also going to be releasing good hits, really good hits. Yeah.
2014. Okay, very quickly. I'm told they've cued me to say it very fast. All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to say it very fast then.
When you're done, I have a message from Ignis for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, full side.
I think 2014 is going to be a great year. Like you said, Miss Ghana, I think is going to go far. My only problem is with the VGMAs. I hope they bring confidence back and then do good production for her.
On the red
Because
carpet.
They left her and then they only attended to our friend Benny, and Benny did a great job. Benny had a lot of help, even though Benny is a star player. But confidence was left by herself. She was sweating like swine.
It's enough.
Okay, we're out of time. So
Okay,
now that
Ignis
message-
says that you go to shows early because you don't want to pay.
Sure.
Hey.
Why do I have to pay when I'm in the
He
industry?
says you go to
He's a
shows
critic.
without paying and you come and sit on TV and talk trash.
Oh well, you send the trash too, boss.
Anyway,
Thank you, gentlemen.
You're welcome.